Let me answer that direct. Let me answer that direct. Well, let me answer that, Beth. I absolutely do believe that we've got to lift children out of poverty. We've had a two-child cap in place for the best part of 10 years. The net result of that is hundreds of thousands of children have been living in poverty.
Keir Starmer even getting rattled by the fake news press. Supposedly they were his friends.
Prime Minister, you told working people you wouldn't raise their taxes when you were fighting an election. You said it repeatedly when you were Prime Minister. You've broken their word. You've broken their trust. Will you apologise to them for misleading them?
Well, we kept to our manifesto in terms of what we promised, but I accept the challenge. I accept the challenge that we have asked everybody to contribute. I want to be really clear why we've done that. That is because we need to protect our NHS to make sure that it's there for people when they need it and their families when they need it. Secondly, to make sure we've got the money to put into our schools so every single child could go as far as their talent will take them. And the third thing is to bear down on the cost of living. The one thing that people care about more than anything is the cost of living. And yesterday we were able to announce that we're taking £150 off our energy bills. Now, for most people, the energy bill is the one they worry about most. We've been able to take £150 off that on average for every family.
You told people in the run-up to the election, we will not raise your taxes, people are taxed too high. 800,000 people are being dragged into taxes from your measures yesterday. 1 million people are being dragged into higher tax bands. You have misled the public.
We have absolutely done the least possible we can. We've done it in a fair way. In a fair way. We have had headwinds this year, which were unpredictable. The OBR looked at productivity. Again, they reviewed the 15 years of productivity, and then, based on the failure of the last government, then downgraded forecasts as we go forward. But we are clear. We are clear that we are asking everybody. We are asking people to all make a contribution to this. We've kept it to the minimum, but we're really clear what that's for. It's for the NHS, which people care passionately about. Talk to anybody in this room. It's about what we need to spend on our schools, about children, and it's about keeping the cost of living down.
Do you not accept that you've misled the public? You clearly don't agree with anything I'm saying.
I think anybody would acknowledge that in the last 12 months there's been a number of headwinds which weren't expected. Nobody expected the OBR to re-review retrospectively.
Your black hole was 6 billion quid and you raised taxes by 26 billion.
They reviewed 15 years of productivity. Their evidence is that the damage done by the last government was worse than they had anticipated. They've now set out their predictions. I'm absolutely determined that we will beat those predictions. They said this time last year that economic growth for 2025 would be 1%, and this year it is 1.5%. So we've already beaten their forecast by 50%.
You said before the election you wouldn't have to tax people more, you wouldn't cut spending, and you would improve the country through growth, public services, and you've gone back on your word.
Well, JP Morgan this morning, you'll have seen the announcement, a £4 billion investment on the back of the budget.
You said during the election that you wouldn't be able to pay for a lift in the child benefit cap. You said it's a difficult thing. I want to put it in my manifesto. We can't. I'm being honest with the public. We can't afford it because I don't want to put people's taxes up. You've done exactly the opposite. You've lost the confidence of this.
Let me answer that direct. Let me answer that direct. Well, let me answer that, Beth. I absolutely do believe that we've got to lift children out of poverty. We've had a two-child cap in place for the best part of 10 years. The net result of that is hundreds of thousands of children have been living in poverty.
Well, it looks like it's all over for Keir Starmer. Even his own propaganda fake news channels are all over him. He looks rattled.